So my project is to build an early warning system. So the way I like to describe to people this project is to use a metaphor. So every organism has an internal system. It needs to maintain the integrity of that system. And that's how I look at communities. Communities are like organisms. They have systems. They have social systems. They have cultural systems, health systems, and even ecosystems. And all these, we need integrity for the community to be able to survive. So the goal of a community like an organism is to maintain its internal integrity even when the external environment keeps changing. And one subsystem that a community must have for that to work is a homeostatic subsystem. You know, this is a system that is able to anticipate, to be able to read signals from the environment, to interpret them, and to communicate to whichever part of the system that helps it maintain its integrity. Early warning systems are the homeostasis of communities. They are not new, they have been there for millennia. We have traditional early warning systems in Africa as well. And in these systems, the sensing component, which is the main part of the early warning system, were the people in the community using signals from the environment they lived in. You know, they look at birds, they look at animal migration, you know, specific frogs, or even the celestial bodies. So that's what they were sensing. And those were the signals they were reading. They had people to interpret those systems, anticipate events like storms, floods, and droughts. And then the community will act on that and they'll be able to survive. So what the climate change has done, it has somehow eroded the sensing capacities of those traditional systems. So birds are not there anymore because of biodiversity loss. Some of the birds they were using to make the prediction. Maybe some of the animals don't exist anymore. Or maybe the frogs croak at the wrong time. And this is because of climate change. And the other thing that climate change has done to erode the capacity to sense is that the weather events have become irregular. When you lose regularity, then the traditional systems of early warning don't work anymore. So because of climate change, these traditional early warning systems are not working as well as they did. And what we are bringing to the community is not a replacement of their warning systems with the modern ones that are driven by technology and science, but we want to complement the traditional early warning systems. The project will also be run by community members because part of the inputs into our early warning systems are reports of events in the community. You know, for example, observations on the river levels. That has to come from community members. So the community is involved not only in the early stages of designing the early warning system, but also in running it. And we'll also be interpreting the early warning system. One important component of the early warning system, like any other, is a component that we call, the ability, a feedback loop, the ability to improve the system. So we'll be reviewing some of these predictions with the community members. You know, what worked, what did not work well, and how do we improve it. So it will be a continuous learning process, and we'll have a feedback system that improves the system automatically.